What up, y'all? Eli here with Monster Rust. I'm here with my boy David, who's going to show us some of the rides that he's got here. He's got some beautiful rides that he's working on and building. He's also got some rusty gems just the way we like them. So David, if you can go ahead and show us, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you got going on here, and everything that's rocking and rolling.
Okay, we got a couple of projects that we're doing in-house because we get so many customers that ask us, can you do a build that doesn't go over the top with the crazy paint that we normally do? So we've got a couple waiting to go inside that we've just started on. This one's a 1952 Willys, and we actually have a twin right behind it. It's also a 1952. This one's getting a regular Chevrolet 350 engine, 350 transmission. The other one, we're going to end up taking it a notch further and do an LS so that we can have two twins showing a more budget build and then a little bit crazier build. We've got a customer ride that's going to have an LS swap, and that's the white 60s model Nova. And then we just took out the engine the other day, so we're going to send that off to get rebuilt out of the Silverado. We're going to get that LS completely redone. Hopefully that'll go into the Nova with no big issues. We've already got the what is it called? The suspension kit for the front end that will accept the LS. We've got that on build. We've got a customer ride that we finished up, a basic air suspension kit. Customer didn't know how to do any of the welding, so he brings it to us to finish out his air suspension. He'll pick it up and do some of the mechanical work himself with his buddies at the house, put in his fuel tank and finish up his wiring. Nice. So we were just commissioned to do the air suspension part of it. We've got also a 1972 Riviera. That one's going to have a full package. By the time it leaves out of here, it'll have disc brake conversion, LS engine also, complete interior, and finish up whatever rust repairs are needed on this one. So these are just a few that we have waiting to come into the shop. Nice.
That'll be clean. I can't wait to see what you do with these babies, man. I see the body's solid.
We got pretty lucky on a few of these, and they had the interiors. This one, we've already removed the complete interior. The seats are already getting redone. The door panels and the headliner will be next, and then we'll finish blasting the inside so that we can continue on the sheet metal repair.
Awesome. That'll be sick. And what year did you say this was?
1952 Willys Coupe.
Nice.
And then also on the Nova, we're actually doing a two-door conversion on this one, so we're going to end up swapping the shell from this one, removing the back half, and then we've already started the removal of the panels from the two-door, that donor vehicle. So that half of the body will get transferred over to the complete body over here on the side.
Sick.
This is our other 1952 project. Got pretty lucky on both of these vehicles that they have a lot of the original parts. So this one's waiting to get everything removed so that we can get the seats taken out, get them reupholstered. Whatever custom panels we need to make to repair the rust will get taken care of in-house. And then the rest of it is just kind of going to stay basic on this one, but with the LS engine upgrade.
Oh man, that dash is solid. That's good.
This one actually had an engine in it that is the original. Well, that would be it. And with anything rusty?
Yep. Oh man. Little sixer.
Yep, straight six. All the original components. Both of these were dragged out from a barn that it had been sitting in for over 30 years.
Oh wow. You can get the tag right here. Check that out. Not sure if it's really readable, but it's a beauty seeing this thing like this. These Willys, you never really see them out and about at shows or anything.
Oh yeah, they're real.
That's cool.
Real hard to find complete. So one of our persons in the office are already currently looking for the repair parts that we need. going through eBay and going through the forums.
It's cool. You got the hubcaps and everything on that baby. Now, out of all of these, I'm loving this C10. Let's check out this Nova, and then we'll come back over here and get on this one.
Well, this Nova is the one that we're going to end up eventually having the LS engine installed. This one, they've already yanked out all of the original components from it.
64?
No, and this one's actually a 66, I think.
66?
Yeah, the 64 is the shorter body.
It's not underneath on this one? Or how is it on this one? Oh, okay, I see it. Yeah, we've got a 64.
Yeah, and this one, same thing. Nice and rusty.
There we go. You got to dance with it. Oh, there we go. Right there. Another 6er. Let me see. And on this one, you can see the tag as well. Got a guy named Google, man. He gets these VINs and tags, and he can tell you everything.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, shoot, that's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be a fun little ride. So this is for a customer, huh?
Yes, this will actually be converted to a 2-door with an LS. It'll have a 4L60 transmission, and then it will also have disc brakes and everything upgraded as well.
Tight. This one is solid. This one's ready. See, I wouldn't even repaint or nothing. I would just leave it like that.
And nowadays we get quite a few customers that ask for stuff like that, where they don't want to go too far into the paint work. They'd rather spend their money getting it to run and getting it to stop.
For sure. That's definitely understandable. I mean, you know, the looks wise is going to be the safety factor for you, you know, and if you want to be able to go from Texas to California, you know, you gotta make sure that you have all that stuff that's important. But it's pretty crazy. I see some people who can get risky and they'll leave some of the floors alone, or they'll just patch it up with some signs.
Oh yeah.
You know, some crazy stuff.
Yeah, that's when they're really going into the rat rod look.
Yeah.
We've seen quite a few of those at the shows, the car shows recently.
Oh man, yeah, I like them rat rods. We on ours, we're actually going to be putting some wheelie bars.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Let me see. Oh, there we go. Boom.
Nice and rusty.
Woo! Here we go. This baby right here.
This is one of the builds where the customer had smaller budget, wanted to just get a good, nice weekend cruiser. He's already had his engine rebuilt, and he commissioned us to just do the air suspension components because he wasn't comfortable with his welding. So we did the front and rear. We modified his control arms in the front. We did the large notch in the back so that if one day he wants to go a little bit lower, he can still get another 4 or 5 inches out of it.
Oh yeah, he's got plenty of room right there with that C-notch. This is awesome. Any other work you guys are going to do to this baby?
This one's ready for him to pick up. He's going to take care of the rest of it because he wants to be able to say that he built this one. So he's got some buddies that are going to help him out with all the mechanical, running the wiring. They had already helped him set the engine in, and I think his next project is going to be putting in the fuel tank and wiring to get it on the road.
Oh, I see. Yeah, shoot, send him our way if he might need anything else for this. We've got everything for this baby.
And then so he had started on some of the work himself before he brought it to us. So it's already an engine running. Transmission's in good shape. They took it out from a donor vehicle and placed it in there, and then that's when he brought it to us to get the rest of the suspension work done for him.
I see. I'm a fan of taking out the heater box and just having that clean look, you know. I don't like the
blanket off.
Yeah, I don't like the AC hoses and all that right here. I like it to look clean, and then you can run it underneath. You know?
Yeah, get everything hidden.
Yeah, that's the preference for me.
This one's actually in pretty good condition. It's got some rust like any 60-year-old vehicle would have, but it's pretty solid for the age. It's actually a 1965.
65. Gotta love these C10s right here. Let's see. Oh, this side don't open, huh?
Maybe not.
Oh,
yep.
There we go. You just needed to have some balls. Yeah, this baby's good. He's gonna do the floors, I'm assuming, hopefully next.
Yep, he'll take care of his floors.
And then right here, you can see, got the tag right there. Hopefully Google Man can get that for us. Check it out. Beautiful.
He'll do the relocation of the gas tank from behind the seat to the rear end.
Okay. And then we got this boat right here.
This one was brought in, actually this one belongs to a doctor here in San Antonio, and he wants just a nice, classic, elegant vehicle that he can take out on the weekend. So he's commissioned us to make it roadworthy by throwing in the engine, new transmission, disc brakes all the way around, get the AC working, and then we're also doing a full interior and a full paint job and rust repair as well.
Is this original paint?
He does not know. He actually bought it, I believe, about a year and a half ago, and it's actually currently in running condition. But he wants something that he can take out and not have to have a tow truck on speed dial.
I hear you. Most definitely.
This one is definitely a survivor.
Oh man, that interior is solid. That is beautiful. Man, there's another ride you don't see very often.
Yeah, we got pretty lucky with this one. They make a bunch of the rust repair panels for this year and the 73 as well.
Oh, all right.
So we won't have to do too much custom fabrication. We'll just cut out the old patch and throw in the new sheet metal.
All right. That'll be good right there. Yeah, it doesn't look like it needs too much work. I mean, it looks kind of like the basic spots that you would see them on,
Yep.
you know.
Corners, usually around the wheel well.
Right here, this looks a little tricky.
Oh yeah. This will be some work that we need, and then we'll have all new LED tail lights for it.
Oh man. Palm Beach. Oh man, it's all the way from Florida.
Yeah. Usually what a bunch of our customers do is they'll send us some pictures of completed vehicles and ask us to kind of replicate the build, but with their own colors, their own interior schemes to make it there. But they basically have an idea of what they want it to look like when they bring them to us.
Sick. Shout out to Classic Ride Society, Florida boy. All right, you got some more inside, huh?
Yes,
for us
sir.
to check out. All right, let's head on inside, see what other gems they've got behind the garage doors.
And here we have a customer's 69 Camaro that he's having us throw in an engine. We're doing a 350 engine rebuilt, new transmission. We're doing disc brake upgrades. We're doing the rack and pinion steering, and then we're also doing a new rear end so that it will handle the power that we're putting behind it.
Awesome. Yeah, I like it. I like the color scheme of the orange, the black, some rallies on it. Wow. This baby's clean too.
On most of our builds, the most expensive part is the rust repair. So this one, pretty lucky where it didn't have a lot of rust repair. Needs some interior, needs a good drivetrain behind it, but it'll be a solid weekend cruiser once we're done with it.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun right here. This is what you take to the prom. It's beautiful. And there's everything out there for these things.
Yeah.
You know, you can find one that's just the body alone with rust on it. They're savable.
Well, this is actually even one of the ones that now they make the shells. They make shells for
they do the whole shell?
They sell shells for some of the Mustangs now, and they also sell the full shells for some of the C10s as well.
Yeah, I knew about the C10s, but oh man, I didn't know they did it for this.
Yeah.
You can practically just go buy everything and
You just need a title.
yeah. you know, little switcheroo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I guess these two.
Yep. So this one is a 1970 C20 for a customer. He's brought it to us a few times to do little upgrades here and there, get his AC working, redo his seats. Right now we're doing a burglar alarm, we're doing power windows, we're going to end up doing power locks, and then we're also doing a lowering kit to give it a little bit more of an attitude.
All right, awesome. And this baby's got, yeah, it's got factory AC in there.
Yep.
Yeah, I was just explaining to him actually that factory AC on these, it's...
Oh yeah. It's hard to find.
Yeah, it is.
He brought it into us because he said that the rear end felt kind of shifty when he was driving down the road. So we start checking it out. We start taking pieces apart and we find that his leaf springs are cracked in half.
Oh, wow.
So
I see
these
that
are
right
split
there.
down from the rust. The other parts are right here that had already split down the middle. So luckily he recognized his vehicle did not feel right, brought it to us and avoided some worse damage.
Oh man,
if it would
that
have split on him going down the road about 65 or 75 miles an hour, it could have been ugly.
Yeah, definitely. Oh man.
So he's getting pretty lucky on this one. He caught it at the right time.
Yeah, everybody check your rides. Check your rides. And we got a unibody right here.
This one is the 1965 Lincoln Continental.
Is that the same year as Kennedy?
I think Kennedy was a 64 maybe.
64.
But this one's gonna have some upgrades to the engine. We're doing power windows, power locks. We're doing a full paint job. We did rust repair. We're doing also front and back air suspension, and then some brake upgrades on this one as well.
See, a ride like this to me is scary because it's a unibody. You know, it's just having to deal with the parts, you know, where it rusts and everything.
Yeah, so on this one, we had to do quite a bit of rust repair to the structure underneath it to make it safe for the road. When we started tearing it apart, we found some damage to the rear rails, and then the subframe connectors were completely rotted out. So we had to cut a bunch of that stuff out and fabricate our own since these parts aren't easily available.
Nah, for sure. Yeah, actually, I had found one a while back. I want to say it was a 63, but man, that thing was a little nightmare, man. I was just like, whoever's gonna work on this or build it,
got their work cut out for.
Oh yeah, that's one of those that you just focus on the one.
Oh yeah.
That you don't have multiple and dance around. Yep. You just gotta have the one.
We've got a customer 67 Mustang. He brought it in for some wiring issues. We're gonna upgrade his AC system. We added some trim. Probably about another week or so and we'll have this one out on the road. Hopefully you can enjoy it for Christmas.
Oh yeah. This will be fun. It's got the dice, so you know it means business. Oh, it's got the Pony Express leather right there. That's neat.
This is more of a deluxe package. It's a pretty nice one. Has factory AC components that will be getting upgraded and make sure that he can drive it every weekend in this Texas heat.
Yeah, you gotta have AC out here in Texas. This baby is beautiful too. And I'm assuming that's the original
yes, these are original components. We have some upgraded trim and chrome that wasn't on the vehicle originally, but we're adding that for him as well.
All right. Sick.
We've got a customer's chassis for a 1968 C10. We're doing a lowering kit. We're doing upgrades to the steering components. We're going to end up painting it a color to match his body, and then we're doing the rear lowering kit as well, and lowering kit in the back as well.
See the lowering springs and the old drum brakes?
Yep. We've got his rear end over here getting rebuilt currently, getting the disc brake upgrade as well.
Nice. Some red calipers stand out.
Yep.
Want to tell us about this Elko?
Yep. We've got a customer's El Camino that came in. He just wants a paint job. Currently it drove in as a good running vehicle. He wants a good solid paint job to match the engine and transmission that he already has into it. And he noticed he had some rust bubbles here and there. So he was expecting some patch panels, and you can see up by the pillars, he's got some rust repair that's needed in the rear. He's got some rust repair and body panels that need repair in the rear end.
Yeah, I think on these El Caminos, that's the common area, right?
Yep,
the common.
Catch rust. Usually you'll get it real bad in this corner. So we've got a little bit of rust up here in the front. It's not as bad as we've seen some where it's completely rotted out on the cowl. But he's gotten pretty lucky on this one.
Nice, yeah, I love these El Caminos. We had an 85 SS Choo-Choo. That thing was fun.
Oh yeah. And then we've got a customer's 65 Convertible Mustang over here.
Oh, nice.
This one's getting upgraded engine and drivetrain. It's already got the disc brake conversion in the front and the rear. It's getting a full body kit, new interior, new convertible top. All the body kit is being molded in front and rear. It's getting upgraded wheels as well.
This is cool right here.
This one drove in. The customer had it. It looked pretty nice when it drove in, but it had some rust bubbles here and there. And when he bought the vehicle, the previous owner gave him the 2 rear quarter panels. So when he brings it to us, he says, I know there's going to be some hidden damage. So once we start sandblasting it, we found a Sherwin-Williams paint can being used as a patch right here in this quarter. When we knocked off the Bondo and the rust, it was still intact, and I'll get you some photos of that because that one's a real gem. It went on our wall of shame.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. So at least the customer knew ahead of time that something was up because they gave him both of those rear quarter panels. So he came in knowing that there was going to be some extensive work on it.
I think the craziest thing I've seen so far is they put Bondo on the frame.
Oh yeah.
I was like, what? They're crazy. Some people just, man.
Get it to look good to drive it off.
Yeah.
That's about it. And then we've got a full custom chopping block chassis for the 1948 that we're building. It's a 1948 3100, and this one will have disc brake conversion front and rear. It's got the new Ford 9-inch rear end. It also is getting a LS engine with a brand new transmission, full drivetrain, and this one will lay out on the floor when the suspension is fully upgraded on this one.
Now, is this one going to be a 3-window or a 5-window?
We drove it in as a 2-window or 3-window, and we're converting it to a 5-window.
Oh, you're getting the...
yeah, so we've already done the conversion.
Oh, wow. That is awesome. See, and I've seen that they have the conversions for the big window and small window and stuff.
On the C10.
Yeah, on the C10s and all that. And I hadn't seen anybody do the swap yet, as I don't know how the fitment is.
Oh, yeah. It takes some work, and we got those panels from AMD, so it took a little bit of work to get it to line up correctly, a little bit of cutting and finessing, but they got it in the end, and that's one of the bodies that we've got a little further down. This one's a 1964 Super Sport Impala. Beautiful. It's getting the air suspension front and rear. It's getting the engine and drivetrain has already been done previously, a new interior, and then a full paint.
Oh man, this baby right here is gonna be fun. What color are y'all thinking on this one?
This one's gonna end up being a dark hunter green with interior black and green, completely decked out on the inside. The trunk will get redone with new panels. Air suspension components will get mounted in the rear.
How's the floor on it? Good?
This one's actually another one that was real good on the body. There was not very much rust. The previous owner had done some little modifications here and there. But as far as rust, it was a pretty decent shell. Typically you'll find horrible rust up here, all in the A-pillars. This one real lucky.
Yeah, that firewall looks good, man. Definitely, there's gonna be some people who are gonna love this ride for sure. These Impalas, they go crazy for them, man.
And they continuously go up in value as well.
Especially out in California. I always say California is Impala land.
Oh yeah.
And then right here, you've got this square body here.
86.
86.
Long bed. It's got the chopping block rear suspension. They're currently working on the raised bed to cover up all the components.
That's cool right there. The C-notch looks beautiful on it. Oh, so you guys did a bed liner?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've got the new bed liner done on the interior floor already. Help with the road noise and help with keeping out some of the heat.
So, something that I discovered that I didn't know is that normal sound deadening mat, I always thought that it did it for the heat as well. But now I found out, I'm not sure the name of the company, but there's one that actually is specifically for heat.
Oh yes.
That does have you had a chance to use that?
Yes, there's a couple of brands that on their websites they push the fact that they are dual purpose. It knocks out the road noise and it also helps with the heat dissipation to keep that heat from coming through the floor.
Yeah.
So we've seen a brand called Raptor. They have it on their website where they're pushing that it's both dual purpose. So we've used that brand, and then there's a couple of other brands that we use on some of our other projects that you'll see along the line.
All right.
This one's the body for the 1948 that we're putting on that custom chopping block chassis. And then some of the vehicles sit a little longer than normal because we do these projects in between some of our larger projects.
Oh, okay, so I see it right here.
Yep, so we've already done the conversion on this one. It started out as a 3-window and now it's got the conversion in the rear, turned into a 5-window system.
Nice. That came out really clean. It looks like that's exactly the way the cab came.
And then we've also shaved the firewall on this one. Once the engine bay is completed, it'll be nice and finished out.
That's clean.
Showing off the LS engine.
That's beautiful right there. Woo, what we got right here?
We've got a 66 original big back window, custom. So this one has the large notch in the rear end. We've already relocated the gas tank. It's got triangulated 4-link suspension in the rear. And then this one has chopping block control arms in the front. And then it also has a sectioned cross member to get you laid out on the floor.
What are you dropping in this baby right here to get?
This one's got a nice 350 that was already punched out and bored out 30 over.
Ooh.
It's got a 3-speed transmission that's going in there. And this one will have all the comforts of a regular everyday driver. It'll have it's already got the disc brake conversion. It'll have the power steering, power brakes, and then it'll also have air conditioning in this one.
Nice. So
this one actually had a tree fall on it before they was brought to us, so this is actually a new roof skin.
Oh, okay.
So the roof skin was completely redone.
Okay, I see it.
And like I said earlier, this one was an original big back window. Dash was completely cut up by the previous owner, so the new dash was already welded in.
That's nice. Radiator support. You guys are ready to go.
Yep.
Woo!
So then we'll get into the green one, and there's a reason why it's covered with the blankets. So this one started off as a 64 small window. It has the large window conversion. It's got full back half chopping block air suspension kit, relocated gas tank from CPP, and then in-house we had our guys fabricate a raised bed system on this one. Only the real C10 guys are gonna know, but I'm sure you know. You can see all the body lines were molded and removed. Normally there's a body line here for this rear corner. There's usually the body lines right here with the roll pan. So all of this was fully molded. There's usually the separation in the body line, so all that got fully molded in as well.
Man, this is right here. For my fellow C10 guys, look at this artwork. This is craftsmanship right here.
This one's in the final stages, so we have the electricians starting on the wiring finally, and this one's one of the ones that we're going to end up taking around to the shows, demos, customer meetings.
Oh man, this is beautiful.
Top of the line builds that we throw out of the shop. This one will have the same thing. It has an LS fully built motor. It has a 700 R4 transmission, power steering, power brakes, AC system, Bluetooth alarm system as well.
This is beautiful right here. See, I've got to see the progress. Hopefully I can get some photos for y'all, but you can see the progress of how this baby started. And it just goes to show you, you know, it's never too late. It just takes two things. And I say that's all it takes. It's two things. It's time and money.
Oh yeah.
That's it. But yeah, this is beautiful right here.
And what I push to all my customers is it takes time to do it the right way. We don't like cutting corners. Of course, if a customer has a smaller budget, we'll guide them through what makes sense to make it street legal, to make it street worthy, and then safe.
Yeah.
Our main thing is having somebody driving something that's safe. We don't want to cut corners to the point where it's unsafe on the road.
For sure. This is beautiful.
And then we've gotten so many inquiries from customers. Well, we've seen your paint jobs before. We've seen your full builds at shows. Do y'all do anything in the patina? Well, yeah, so we picked up this one. This one's a build that we're doing. It has a 350 that we're throwing into it, a new transmission, all new wiring. It's got new components as far as door cranks, window cranks. It's got disc brake conversion up front already, and then it has full air suspension. But this one's more of a basic budget air suspension build.
Oh, okay.
It's not over the top. It's just a modified control arms, bags in the front, bags in the rear with a small underbed nut. So nothing crazy.
See, I like this. This is stuff that I really enjoy, because for me personally, if I had this vehicle right here, I am going to be terrified to drive it. If I park it somewhere, I got to have eyes on it, you know. If I have this right here, well, you know, if somebody goes into it with a shopping cart, it's no big deal. Yeah, you know.
You can leave it parked and not have to worry about it.
But yeah, I mean, you just make it comfortable. And so you put the tilt steering in there.
It's got basic upgrades, tilt steering, kept the original steering wheel. It's got the new seats already been redone. It has all new mechanical components as far as the window cranks, the door cranks. And then so we'll finish out the rust repair for the floors to keep the water from coming in. Sure. But other than that, this body is staying like this.
Oh yeah, there's nothing else you would need. You know, you just replace a little bit of the rubber and you just, you know, drive it the way it is. But yeah, this is beautiful right here. This patina look, you can't go wrong with it. I mean, you know, if you want to have something a little bit nicer, I guess you can do the whole throw some linseed oil on her.
Yep. And we've actually got the gallons over there, so that when we're ready, before it drives out of here, we'll have the little bit of a sheen to it.
Nice. Yeah, you guys are ready already. Got the linseed oil and get this baby going. That's going to be a beautiful ride right there. I mean, I know that one is as well, but for my comfort zone, I go with the patina.
Yeah, and it's been real popular lately. That's why the owner of the company said, well, let's go snatch one up and see what we can do. That way we can show it off. And we have a over-the-top build, and then we have a budget build that basically anybody can jump in and have fun over the weekend and not worry about parking it.
Yeah, for sure. You get the best of both worlds. And people, you're going to attract different customers, the high-end and low-end, you know, regular Joes. We're like, hey, you know, I got this much to work with. I've saved up this much. What can we do? You know?
I want to go to the shows and be able to drive it on the weekend, so we'll make it sound good running vehicle.
For sure.
They can have fun on the weekends.
Yep, yeah, that's the way to do it.
This one's actually a food truck for a small company that's going to be helping the homeless.
Oh, okay.
They'll be providing food services downtown in San Antonio, out in Shirts. They'll also do community events in Cibolo and other little smaller cities around.
Oh man, and you guys are going all through this baby, or?
The customer brought it to us, and he was doing some of the work himself and brought it to us to finish out the work that he can't handle on his own.
I hear you.
So we get a lot of that. The guys bite off a little more than they can chew, and then we got to finish it out for them.
Yeah, it's a common problem. You know, I think that, you know, sometimes we have the ambition to do it, but when reality sets in, it's like, well,
the skill sets are needed, and sometimes some people just don't have it.
You know, and then that's where you come with people who are like, well, I'll try this little, you know, Mickey Mouse way, and it's just like, brother,
you got to make it safe.
You got to pay to play.
Well, especially with the propane on board and fuel on board.
Oh yeah.
You want to make sure it's safe for the customers.
This is cool. This is really cool right here, working on a food truck. So not only do they play with old classic rides, but they also get to play with stuff like this, which is a business in itself.
And then these are our Jeeps that we build. They're electric 4x4. So they're hunting Jeeps that they can take out to the large hunting ranches. And basically, we don't have a completed version in the shop. The last one sold, it's already living out on a ranch right now. But these have a top section, which is in the next row, and that actually lives on top of it, and it can raise 4 feet to basically be a mobile deer blind.
Wow, this is neat right here. And you said this is electric?
Yep, electric, 4-wheel drive, and then it's got a generator on board that allows it to charge the batteries.
Wow, that is... So for each wheel, does it have its own battery, or is it dual? Or?
One motor that runs a standard rear end and front end. So it's 2 motors that run independently of each other to create the 4-wheel drive.
Oh, wow.
And then it's got a small generator on board that allows you to charge the batteries. And then it even has onboard water so that you can clean up and process your deer or whatever your kill was.
Wow. That is neat. That's cool right here.
And then I'll provide you with some finished pictures of these as well.
All right. And if you don't mind, provide me one of these as well.
Oh, yeah.
This is neat. This is cool. And, you know, it's just crazy how far we've come from, you know, how things were manually to now everything's more going into the electric field. I don't know if you got to see any of the stuff from SEMA, the
yes, we saw
electric
the 350 conversions.
Yeah,
and then we also saw a company that was making it looks like a 350, and then we saw another company that makes a motor that just direct replaces, so you still got to do your own dress up on top of it.
So okay, I see the steps right here. So it goes from looking like that with the sheet metal.
And then this is one of those bed liner materials that I was telling you that it's a 2-part component that gives you the rigidity of a 2-part epoxy, but it's also got the texture that makes it look like the bed liner material.
Is it kind of like a 2K with? Okay.
But with the built-in, it has the texture built into it.
Okay, I see. Yeah, this thing right here is cool. And then for these, have you guys done any other conversions of them besides hunting? Maybe for other...
We're in the talks of doing a version that is like just a safari vehicle.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. That'll be cool right there. The work you guys do on these things, it's really good.
Yeah, it's all the components. Everything gets fully welded with our aluminum welders in the shop.
And then over here, you said these are the parts that go on top.
These are the upper sections that eventually live on top of the lower housing.
I see it.
And then I'll provide you with some completed photos and then some links of the videos while they're running and everything.
Awesome.
These are still in the first stages, so they do a structural test. They kind of tweak them, try to get them to deform, and then they come back and then find any type of defects, and then they start finishing out, getting everything aligned so that you have, if there's any issues, it's going to be here instead of out in the field.
Yeah, for sure.
And then this section's already getting all the little trim pieces added. It's got the light bars already installed. It's got the wiper motors already installed.
Nice, light bar. Be able to see all the critters out there. These doors slide? Oh, okay, they swing open, okay.
Yeah, and they're electrically locked, so when the vehicle is in motion and the upper section is raised, the doors are electrically locked as a safety feature.
Oh, I see. And then I see right here, you guys went ahead and took advantage of the storage.
Yep, built-in drawers, so you can put a small ice chest on one side. The other side has storage so that you can carry pistols or any other items you want to tag along with.
Awesome. This is craftsmanship right here. Yeah, this is neat, man. Really appreciate you, David.
We do a little bit of everything here. Company started out in 1977 doing mobile broadcast vehicles for news stations. Then it transitioned into mobile command centers for police departments, fire departments, government entities. And then over the years, it's just transitioned, and the food truck boom started years ago. We transitioned into that. We also do flatbed trucks. The owner of this idea came to us a few years back, and we've just been perfecting it ever since then.
For sure. All right. Do you want to do, I guess, well, did you have any other vehicles that you wanted to show us?
Well, this one's actually a SWAT vehicle for College
SWAT?
Station. Yep.
Oh, okay, we'll get into this. I don't know, when are we going to see a SWAT vehicle?
So this one we're waiting for the final benches to come in, but it has benches running down both sides. It has the grab rails so that when they're in transport, they can stand up, have the secured rail on the top. They have some storage bays that are going up underneath it. But if you look on the inside, it's got storage for their shields. It's got storage for their rifles that's fully lockable. It's got overhead storage for their helmets. It's got full bench seating so that they can sit down on both sides and be ready for when they're being in transport.
Locked and loaded. Oh man, this right here is freaking awesome. This is a ready for war vehicle. Dude. And they've got the TV in there?
Oh yeah, so they can see what's outside when they're getting ready to deploy.
Oh man, that's awesome. This is stuff that y'all do. It's not limited to one category.
Oh yeah, these are trailers for the Florida Game and Fish Department for remote command centers when they're out in the field during responses for emergencies or anything like that. So it'll have 2 expanding walls on each trailer, giving them an extra 4 foot of space on the inside. And then it'll have bunks in the front, so if they're on a long deployment, they can actually relax for the evening. I got a couple of the electricians in there right now, finishing up wiring. Some of the welders are finishing up the expansion mechanisms for the walls.
It's
and then
custom.
Yeah. Onboard fuel tanks for the generators. They're fully powered by themselves. They have a generator on board, fuel supply so they can run days in a row in case they need to.
This is awesome. The stuff that you guys do here, it's crazy how you guys get to branch out from, starting with vehicles to just doing, regular stuff to growing and expanding now you guys are creating your own, inventions with those rides out there.
Yep.
That's freaking remarkable.
This was a 1965 C10 with a real basic air suspension kit. It's got regular airbags in the front, no modifications to the cross member, nothing special done to the control arms. It's got rear airbags as well, no under the bed notch. This, like I said, this is a real basic build. It's got a Chevy 350 under the engine, 3-speed transmission, power brakes. We're still deciding on where to take this next. So one of the things we've been talking about is a little bit of rust repair and then a full paint, or do a faux Tina, because we've had so many requests on that as well. And that way we can show off that for the customers that want the look of the rust but don't have a rusty donor.
For
basic build. Take it out on the weekends, have fun with your friends.
Can't go wrong.
Take it around, don't have to worry about somebody beating it up while you're parked inside.
Can't go wrong with the 350. Got the brake booster right there set up. Nice. As you can see, he's also got the firewall nice and clean with no heater box on it. So with that heater box gone over there, it's definitely just going to be a patch up, as you can see. Boom, keep it nice and clean. And the stance on it is actually nice. You know, I know everybody likes to get them super low as possible, but with just the bags on it and right on the frame, it doesn't look too bad at all. I think it looks really good. Looks cool. What color should he do? What else should they add to it? What should they take off of it? Let us know.
And like the rusty ones, you don't have to worry about it. You can go inside, not have to keep an eye on it the whole time. And then we still haven't decided if we're going to fully paint it or what the next step is on this one. So maybe some of your viewers could give us an idea of what they would like to see next.
All right, so you heard it here first. So whatever you guys might think of what they should do to this baby, let us know down in the comments down below. Maybe you got some cool ideas. Maybe you want them to do something crazy. Maybe you want the bed to be dancing in the back. I'm not sure, but whatever it is, let us know what you think. Right here. What kind of wood is this?
Basic pine, but that it's been got stain on it. So it's basic Home Depot wood. This one was, like I said, more of a basic budget build. Tried to keep it simple and make sure that it was a good running condition.
For sure.
And then take it out on the weekends and have fun with it.
And we definitely all understand budget because Lord knows I'm on one.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the little tour of the shop, seeing some of the stuff we do all the way from our budget builds to our crazy builds and then some of our government projects. We just have a little bit of everything. It was good having you guys out here, seeing some of the stuff that we can do.
All right, everybody. Hope you enjoyed some of these rides, these incredible builds, the work, hard effort that goes into these things. I know I was blown away by a lot of the stuff that they have here. And definitely feel free to contact them. I'll leave the information down below. Let you know exactly what they've got going on coming up in the future. And we'll see you on the next one. Monster Rust out.